So at first, we are going to take our strap, and I'm just wanting to show what we can do is we can open up the loop so that we're not gripping. And if I opened up the loop and took it nice and wide, we're going to use our arms up and around us. And I can put my hands in this loop and not have to grip. But what we'll learn over time for ourselves on any given day is, was that too wide? Do I need to have it more narrow? And your shoulders will be able to tell you. We'll turn again to face the chair. We're going to do goddess pose, and we'll do this with our strap, and then we'll try it again with our weights. We'll take the feet wide. So the option, if you did not want to use a loop, was just to hold the strap. The loop gives you a chance to not have to grip, okay? In this pose, we're going to turn the feet out. And before we take it on, just explore bending in your knees, staying in this upright position and noticing how you are more in your back body. And then very slowly come on up. I also want you to notice where you are comfortable with bending in your knees, meaning how low makes it right for you. Recognize that the chair is here, so your body will tell your feet where to be. You can walk your feet wider, perhaps. We're going to take the arms wide and take them overhead. Great. And our arms are doing a V. We can come down to a W. We can drop the elbows in front of us to a W, and then we can take our arms back up to a V. If you find that taking the W behind you is manageable, I'm going to encourage that you consider that, and then go back up to your V. Take the arms to one side. That means one arm will come lower. Take the arms to the other side. Yep. And as you come back to center, lower your W in front of you, hold on to the chair, and straighten your legs. I'm giving us a break. Make it so that you walk your feet in a little bit. We're just changing the angle. Bend in your knees again. This time, we're going to swing the arms down, and we're going to swing them to one side. Notice how one arm reaches up and the other one presses down. And then we'll swing them over in the other direction. One arm reaches up and the other presses down. And we're going to continue to alternate. We'll do 2 more sets. So it's not important how high you go. Notice how your arms react to the strap. They automatically resist. Notice that this doesn't have to be intense for it to really count as engagement, and that it's better to start with light action. We're really still while just the arms move in this pendulum style action. All right, I'm going to put my strap down and walk the feet in, toes and heels, and toes and heels. Now keep the chair to the side and turn to the side, turn sideways to the chair. Step the inside leg forward and the outside leg back. We are back to this warrior 1. Take the time, open the arms, feel where you are, hold the chair if you need. But we've been working on this rotation. The chair is right here if we need it, and we're turning toward the chair. We've tried this recently with a block between our hands so that we could squeeze the block. We came back and put a resistance band between our hands so that we could tug. And when you're ready, hold the chair. So in holding the chair, we get to decide if the twist is too easy, we're going to move forward so that we get a deeper twist. If the twist is too intense, we can move back so the upper body didn't have as much to manage in the rotation. Please make this right for you. But one hand will push and the other one will pull, and I'm going to use this for our back ankle. We're going to lift and lower the back heel. On any given day, if you've been sitting to do work and want to stand and really undo the effect of the chair, this is a great short practice that will open up the hip, release tension in the lower back, move blood through the legs, strengthen the ankle, engage all of the back, a strengthening twist. Step the feet together. Let's try something interesting. Let's hold on to the chair and turn all the way around to the other side. So now we know where we're going. We're going to step the inside leg forward. I'm just trying to stay with you, and the other leg back. Notice the proximity of the chair and the amount of twist, but let's go at it again in the same way. If we can let go the chair, remember it's an option, and we want to turn in the direction of the chair or in the direction of the front leg, and then inhale and come back to center. Let's do that again. I want to turn 180 degrees are where my arms are aiming to be, shoulders away from each other, and to reach away from each other. And so here we are, this third repetition, bringing us to the chair. We're going to hold on. Notice the push-pull of the hands, the engagement of the core, what really opens to us, and if we want to adjust our rotation any. Once you're to your place, lifting and lowering the back heel. There's so much we can do with this. So we're creating variety with this warrior one that adds a twist. And another thing we can add in is the position of our head. If you have a sensitive neck and shoulders, you can keep your head square with the direction of your shoulders. You can always turn your head and look back behind. And you can always turn your head to look forward in the direction of your mat, and you'll be giving yourself some great variety. Now, we're going to come out of it a little differently. We're going to turn away from the chair and then hold on to the chair and walk our feet in, toes and heels. Okay? We're going to walk away from the chair so that we have this shape of a pose called Shalabhasana, locust pose, but from an upright position. And I want to use my hands to push down, to press away, to lift the sternum. We can lengthen the tailbone down. We can remember mountain pose in our feet, lifting the arches, imagining the block where it had been. And then relax. We're going to step just a tad closer to the chair to create a different load. Instead of pushing down, can you let your hands rest inside the chair, whether it's inside the sides of the chair or across the back of the chair, but your arms will react by pulling slightly forward. We're not tipping the chair or moving it, but just letting the arms react that way. You can add a little bit of pull, and it goes a long way. It talks to the legs, and it really talks to the front of the chest. It will help us with strengthening the muscles that hold us with good posture. We have one more place to go with this, just to continue the counterbalancing of variety. If you'll step one leg slightly back, and that will give you the chance to step the other leg slightly forward. And you can keep adjusting. Oh, maybe I can wiggle my back leg a little further. It's not about taking a wide stance. It's about getting a little bit of grounding, right? Having stability in still this warrior one action. So if I hold on to the sides of the chair and make my hands behave as if they want to lift the chair, I'm not going to lift the chair, but that little bit of lift goes a long way. It firms the legs, the back leg especially, to the floor. We are learning that warrior one is a pose where the back leg is more in charge. And this gives us a chance to condition that pattern and to strengthen it. If your right leg is in front, lift the left arm. If your left leg is in front, lift the right arm. Very nice. So the back hand pulling up is grounding the back leg, and the front arm that is lifting up is adding the spaciousness that we're creating through that entire side of the body. Very nice. When you're ready, switch. I want to use the chair and help myself step the other foot back. Yeah, take your time getting there. Step back first to step forward. And at first, both hands there, this pulling up action helps us know if we're in the right place, but it adds a load. It adds the load through the back side of the body. Your back in general is having extra work to do. If your left leg is in front now, lift your right arm. If your right leg is in front, lift your left arm. The back hand pulls slightly. The front arm lifts actively. Both legs are tricked into more of their action. Very nice, everyone. If you'd like to use the chair, put both hands back there. Use that to help you step back and step forward. And then just step against the chair so you feel it against your body. All right? When you're ready, just reach down beside you. Notice the same shape and the energy that is different. Lengthen the tailbone down, lift the sternum up. Notice how your gaze, your head follows your rib cage. And isn't it interesting that when the chair is right against us, we have this support that is ever so small, but it really helps us stay a little longer and maybe notice some more detail of our inner landscape. It helps us to put into play a little bit more action. Very nice. Bring your hands to your heart. Excellent work. All right, so we're gonna work our way back to sitting. And I'm gonna encourage you to slide to the back end of your mat, slide your chair. We'll move the block and the strap aside, and we'll take the weights in hand. Okay? So we'll use some of where we had been. I want to swing the arms forward, and they're actually going to help me. They're going to help counterbalance that the weight is way back behind, that I can slow it down as I sit. Very good. We can leave one weight aside. We'll go back to this hip hinge with one arm across. And as the other arm gets to hang at first, we're going to draw the elbow back and then take the arm back and lower slowly in the reverse. So I'm going to hinge from the elbow, extend back behind, pull it in, and lower. We'll try that one more time. We're isolating the triceps here and still asking the upper back to hold us. As you come upright, let's use that recovery idea. I want to hold on to the chair, lean to the side, allow the weight in hand to be the tractioning device, meaning it's going to traction the shoulder, and make sure to go in both directions. I'd like to encourage that if your body really likes this, here's your opportunity to add more where it truly counts. You could put both weights in hand and just feel the difference. Oh, wow. Get to pull some tension out of the shoulder. Yes, my fingers have to work a little bit more. So use that if you wish. And then let's do that on the other side. With that in mind, as you repeat, adding weights in your own way, whether or not you do them with these yoga poses, you can always add the second light weight in your hand. But here we go. I'm hinging, resting across, the other arm is down. I'm drawing the elbow up, extending back behind, trying to keep the neck neutral as I work in the reverse. So I just want to show from this angle, I am drawing up, extending back, trying not to move from the shoulder when I go back. So I have to move from the shoulder to lift the elbow, but from here, I'm only moving from the elbow. Very good. Inhale, come upright, catch hold the chair, allow yourself that leaning place. Here comes that circling action. And then in the reverse, each shoulder is different. So we want to be smart about not being in a hurry. I can now, if you put the second weight in hand on the other side, now would be the time for it. And just to notice this wonderful release. Okay. So I want to bring our attention to yet another place of recovery. When I have my hands facing back and I pull the fingertips, I pull the fingers like I'm curling back, I get to stretch the forearm muscles. I can roll the shoulders back while I do that. I can take the arms a little further back when I do that. We do this in general to stretch those nerves in the arms without the weights, but just notice what the weights give you. So what I'm asking you to do here is to use the weight in more than one way. So I could be here, and then I want to follow it by rolling the other way. So when you're sitting and you draw back, then go the other way. And in this manner, it becomes a strengthening exercise. If we want to improve our weight bearing through our arms, put our hands down. We do that here in this class, even in the chair class, we do that in the chair. But we can do more. We can make progress safely, and we can build resilience if we strengthen these forearm muscles. It's not always about the wrist. Okay, let's put this down. So to counter some of that, if you'll sit with your feet wide and lace your fingers and turn your palms, I want you to go between cat pose to catching the knees and pulling yourself through to a little bit of cow. As you come to your stopping place, thumbs toward your chest, this lotus mudra that allows you to really enjoy the aromatherapy and continue to strengthen the back of the wrist and the forearm muscles. Bring your mind to all the ways that yoga gives you that sense of peace. Bring your hands together to your heart. And I want to thank you for how you contribute to that collective consciousness simply by coming as you are. So thank you for being here and participating. Namaste.